then Jesus will accrue the debt and let you walk into heaven with no penalty. But you must be willing to lay down your life completely and surrender that to him and follow Jesus. And at that moment, God pronounces you guiltless because Jesus has been guilty for you. So last illustration is like this. Let's just say you murdered 20 people, stand before the judge, and you're so remorseful that the judge knows that you want to change. You have seen the reality of what your murder has cost families. And the judge starts crying on your behalf. But he says, I can't let you go. I can't let you go. Somebody has to pay your debt in order for you to walk away, but I'm going to provide a way for you to escape your punishment. So 10 days later, they put you in an execution chair, like an electric chair. They strap you in, put the electric hammer on your head, about to get fried.
Yeah.
And you thinking to yourself, where's the judge? He told me he will provide a way for me to be made free. Well, just before the execution is about to flip the switch, to your surprise, the front door flies open. Judge is standing there with tears in his eyes, and he's holding his 2-year-old innocent son in his hand. What are you thinking right now?
I think at this point, the judge has decided to change the verdict to sentence.
Yeah, because he can't just let you go. Because if he just let you go, he will be a bad judge. Somebody has to take the place of your punishment. So what he does instead, he unhooks your chain and he puts his son in your seat.
Wow.
And he put the electrical helmet on his head and he strapped his little B.O. innocent son in that chair. And he goes out of the room, he puts his hand on the switch. And with tears in the judge's eyes, he flips the switch, executing his innocent son for you to murder. The judge comes back in the room, falls on his knees, and he looks at you, Mr. Glenn, and he says, Mr. Glenn, do you see that I love you enough to give you a second chance because I couldn't let you go free? An innocent person had to pay your fine, and I sent my son to do that in your place. Would you accept what my son has done in this chair? And if you do, the judge embraces you, Mr. Glenn, and says, go live my life at a response of what I've done for you, the love I showed you. Or if you reject it, the judge is only left to give you what?
Well, put you back in the chair.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because he provided a way for you to be made right. So this is what the Bible says God did for us. That 2,000 years ago, he loved us enough to put his son in his place. On that cross, the Bible says God took the hell and the wrath that all of us deserve, and he crushed Jesus with it. And whose fault was it? It was ours.
Absolutely.
But he loved us enough. He said on the cross, the last words Jesus said, it is finished. Meaning, God, I've come here to do what you called me to do. I paid the debt. And if a man will choose to put all of his faith and accept what Jesus has done on that cross, just like the judge, if you accepted what the judge has done, the Bible says God can transfer the innocence of Jesus on your account. And on the day of judgment, God just sees you as complete perfection. So one of two things is going to happen, Mr. Glenn. Either you're going to pay for your sin in hell, or Jesus is going to pay for it when he went to the cross. But that's a choice that every man has to make at some point. He promises to give you mercy on the day of judgment, and he'll start a relationship with you, even where we sit at right here. That's the whole entire story of the Bible.
I think your gift is really to make others aware.
Yes, sir.
You know, because by human nature, most people think, as we started off earlier, thinking that they've done enough good where, you know, they don't really have to worry about it.
Yes.
If God gave his son, then the least we could do is give our best. I think the awareness that you're like thinking, you know, like before, you know, like, oh, I've done plenty of good.
Yeah.
But our conversation brings to light where there's a lot more good to be done. So, you know, for me, you know, I honestly,
yes, sir,
I want to go forth and try to make it better.
Yeah.
But at least be more conscious of what I'm doing. You know?
Right.
And a lot of times you think about it way after the fact. I can think about stuff that I did back in the 70s or, you know, earlier or whatever.
Yes, sir.
Now, I guess being older, maybe a little bit wiser, listening to, you know, like a lot of things that not only you say, but, you know, like from what I heard.
Yes, sir.
I think my perspective has changed a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
He makes you 100%. And you never have to worry about losing it because it's not based on your performance. It's based on his.
Yes.
And so now, you may not be perfect, but thank God you have God to give you grace in your imperfection. And so, yeah, you're going to fall. Even if you surrender it all to Jesus, you're going to fall. But thank God that he's paying the price every time you fall. That doesn't give you an excuse to just live any way you want to live.
Right.
Because if you really, truly took it, man, I don't want to sin against this God that gave me this gift.
I certainly appreciate the opportunity to
Yes, sir.
exchange thoughts and,
Yes, sir.
be enlightened.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
With this conversation.
Well, bless you, man. I just love watching you play pickleball. And, man, I just pray that we spend eternity together.
We want more opportunities to play,
Yes, sir.
and just exchange thoughts.
I will.
Yes,
sir.
I think that's really the wonderful part, because it's not just the game. I think people enjoy the social activity.
That's the best part
that's
of it,
involved.
I think.
Yes.
Yes. Well, man, I love you, Brother Dan. For y'all, y'all be some young people. What do you got to say?
Like heck. It was a great win for the old people.
Mr. Glenn, how you doing, man?
Not bad for old school.
You whipping up on a young guy?
We're trying our best. Hey.
All right.
As they say, God is good.
There you go. All right, I'm gonna go interview them too. Okay. And how does it feel, though, man? Old school cats just put y'all to shame, didn't they?
We gotta have compassion on the old, and and it just comes to show the difference in level.
I think they just whooped y'all, man.
We let Julie and the other two beat us too, so we didn't win a single game today.
I think they just whooped y'all, man.
I mean that's fine. People are gonna think what they think, but the truth is, keep coming back. You know what I'm saying?
It's some racist, man. All right.
What can I improve on?
No, I'm not gonna say it on that thing. Come
Go on, tell it. Go ahead and tell it.
No, I'm not going
Hey, where do you think my skill level was at today?
You like a photo.
Very good. Very good.
Not today.
Since you lost.